Hey guys, been a bit. This video is kind of like a bit on the spot, so bear with me. To quickly summarize on how I feel about the Diamond and Pearl remakes and the new Legends of Arceus game, sorry. All right. To basically summarize it, if I can focus properly, I I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of how the remakes looks. I get what they're going with, and concept-wise, I dig it. At first, it did throw me off to the point where, like, I just did not like it. But I can see why they're doing it. They're trying to bring, the classic, nostalgia kind of thing to it. And that's fair. That's completely fair, and I'm all for that. But the way they're executing it is a bit off. So this is Barry. Bright hair. Man's looking like a lighthouse. Dawn, it's alright. But in all honesty, like, it kind of fails in comparison when you look at side by side, right? Be honest, which one looks better? If you're saying this one, well, I don't know what the fuck to do because of this one. Hold on. Like, yeah, everyone's gonna have different tastes. But yeah, like, this looks a lot cleaner. On top of that, it looks more like the Diamond and Pearl style rather than this, which just looks like a yellow blob. And this as well, like this, you get more detail out of this than this. And so it's like really shit quality. I'm doing this on my tablet, so. But yeah, I want to talk about this. So a guy named Luigi Lucky O'Clock tried to fix the colors for the remake. So I'm very sorry that it's blurry. But this is the Dawn that we are seeing right now. And this is his version. Now, as you can see, it's a bit more desaturated, so it's not blinding green and not too jarring. Black outlines with it, so you can actually tell that she's wearing an undershirt, unlike here. And, like, again, it fits more with the theme of trying to capture what Diamond, Pearl, and even Platinum had. This is where I got this from. I'm pretty sure he did this as well. But same with Barry. Like he mentions, the shading is a bit off. And the shading is way too soft. No, I don't mind soft shading. I like it and it looks a bit kind of natural. But the problem with soft shading and doing something like this, and no outline whatsoever, it blends way too well together. Like, it does not work as well. Whereas, if you have something like this with outlines, then yeah, it does work. Because, you're able to tell, like, these things are separated, they're apart. While this, you can't even tell what the mouth is unless you look very, very closely. And then, what else? Oh yeah. So he also did the same with Shinx and also the Pokemon trainer. But real quickly, so here's a closer look at Dawn, and just the kind of background overall. And then here's this. Now, I saw some people saying that the outline makes it look worse. If I had to take a guess, those are the same people that were just complaining about how Gen 7 has outlines, which I don't really understand because there was nothing wrong with the outlines to begin with. But for how the textures are and what the game is going for, the lines suit it. The lines suit it just way more, and desaturating the background and all that makes it look a lot less jarring than this. Like this is, kind of the ideal. Maybe add a bit more green, but other than that, this is like kind of the ideal. Same with Barry to get a closer look. So yeah, Mans really want to be a lighthouse, as you can see, and the very green grass and the very brownish bronze rock. Then you have this. It's a lot desaturated, but it looks a lot more natural. The green actually looks like grass, and the rock genuinely looks like rocks. And then you see this with Lucas battling Shinx. It looks too smooth. The blending and the shading is just way too smooth. To the point where like it doesn't really do much. Like, I just know that looks like a weird kind of egg. But yeah, you got Shinx right there. Also, shadows. They have like their own unique shadows and all that, especially doing animations, which is really sick. I'm glad seeing that. But yeah, so this is this, and then this. Obviously, this looks a lot more desaturated. But other than that, like if you fix obviously, make it like a good blend between this and this in terms of like the shading and just the color palettes in general, and you'd get a pretty solid game in terms of look. But yeah, so Shinx with lines, Shinx without. This actually looks like it's being faithful towards Diamond and Pearl. So I genuinely do hope that we get something like this. And to the people saying, oh, but it looks fine without it, then why not get a mode or a selection where we have a choice? We have a choice between whether we want outlines off or outlines on. This way, anyone could have it whatever they want, and I think it'd be, nice to have. Now, Pokemon Legends. I wouldn't really talk about this sort of quickly, because while I don't have a problem with the outlines of this specifically, it's just something that I do want to bring up. So, as you can see with, I guess, Protagonist, as you can see, the lines aren't exactly the same consistency. You can see that some are thicker than others, and that's, like, usually a stylistic choice, which I genuinely do like, and I wish we could see more in Pokemon. But, you then go to John himself. It's very, very sharp. In terms of, texturing and kind of the shading, it's really sharp. So you would see, like, these white lines, everywhere. That indicates, like, it's really sharp. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I reckon, like, outlines would benefit from this, especially with the Pokemon. Oh my lordy. I get the style and graphics that they're going for, and that's not really the issue. But looking at this, it looks plastic. It genuinely does look like plastic. So, I wanted to see what would they look like with outlines. So I took Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott, and gave them outlines to see how they would look. And so this is my work. These are my outlines. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. You could have either or, but I reckon with the outlines it does look good, and it suits like kind of the shading of these Pokemon really well. And obviously, like, I try to outline the best that I can. don't judge me, but yeah. I don't know. Personally, I think this is definitely an improvement. Not saying that, I'm doing a better job than Game Freak or Linker Inc. Nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. But in terms of stylistic choices and just overall visuals and how it fits in the game, I feel like having outlines would benefit a lot more than just having no outlines. And again, they could, maybe not for this game, because I'm not sure. Maybe they'll do something when it comes to the outlines when the game's actually done. But in terms of the Diamond and Pearl remakes, it can benefit from the outlines so much. And I think it's a step towards the right direction. And again, having the outlines is faithful. It is really faithful to the original. So why they would pass it up or not even consider it, I don't know. I know a lot of people who may not like the lines, but again, that's why I suggest maybe having an option to turn the lines off or turn the lines on. I think that'd be a very welcoming feature, and again, it would fit in the game. And it wouldn't just affect the in-game battle as well. It would affect the overworld too. So, I wholeheartedly believe that it would benefit a lot from this. I made a tweet. I made a tweet kind of replying to this and saying that, like, this needs to be shown off more, this needs to be shouted out more, this needs to be recognized more, this needs a lot more attention, etc. I will put that link in the description, so heads up with that. But other than that, though, there's really not much I can say, really. Overall, frame rates, graphics need adjusting, blah blah blah, all that. Like, obviously, they both, like, have a year to go in terms of development, and I understand that. I'm just saying, this would be definitely a welcoming feature, and again, it would work extremely well with it. Now, before I end this video, I want to say this. I don't blame anyone for being shocked or felt underwhelmed when these were revealed. I don't blame them at all, because it was a shock. It's something that we didn't expect. And instead of working on something that needs improvement, Game Freak gave it to another team and did something different, which again was a giant shock. But here's the problem that I have with both sides. The Pokemon haters, who claim to be Pokemon fans, and the Pokemon fans who defend Game Freak and all that shit as if they were indie developers. To the people who are mindlessly hating, calm the fuck down and try and say it, properly. Like, you would have, like, if you were to say, oh, it looks a bit too jarring, you can't tell if Dawn's even wearing a fucking shirt or anything like that, then that'd be justifiable. Or the art style isn't just for you, that'd be justifiable. But saying, oh, this is the last straw, you ruined it, blah blah blah, swearing at people, sending death threats, that's not on. That doesn't make you justified, that doesn't make you mature, it doesn't do you any favors, it just gives you a bad rap. And to the people who are defending it, saying, basically bullying and harassing anyone that dares to criticize the visuals, you're no better. People are allowed to feel a bit disappointed. People are allowed to say, what could be improved, what couldn't be improved, what needs to be worked on, what's just fine, and etc. People are allowed to do that. For you to dismiss them and say that they are complaining, they are part of the problem, they are never happy, and etc., is just not fair. You may be happy with everything, but some people think, what? There's a lot more that can happen here. This game can reach newer heights. They are able to see that this game can reach newer heights. Because trust me, I believe this game can definitely reach this. I don't think it should be stuck here. I think it can reach even higher. and people should not be criticized and ridiculed for that. It makes you just as bad as those who are spreading mindless hate with no valid points towards the argument whatsoever. So yeah, I don't want to hear it. Once again, I do think that this should be an actual thing. I know I've said that many of times, but I still stand by it. I genuinely want people to hear this and take this into consideration. And I genuinely want, because it's such a small thing. You're right, it's just a small thing. But look how much of a difference the outlines make. It fits so well with the style that I reckon it can go really far. And if it gets enough attention, if it gets enough hype, then hopefully, Masuda, Linka Inc., I think that's the name, will see it and be like, you know what? That's actually a good idea. Let's try it and see how it works. Because it will benefit a lot from it, and it will make it a lot better. And once again, I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but if you don't like it, then surely there'd be an option to just turn it off and on. So that way, sorry about that, but so that way everyone can be happy. To quickly go back to Legends, maybe outlines could benefit it, but I think in terms of, how sharp the graphics and the visuals and all that is, it just needs improvement. That's it. Make B-Barrel look not plastic. I still think the outlines could work very well for this kind of style, but I guess only time will tell. So once again, my Twitter and specifically my tweet will be in the description. Share it around, like it, retweet it, and be respectful. That's something that needs to be said over and over again. Be respectful. Don't send mindless hate. Don't attack everyone for criticizing a game. Respectfully, may I add. None of that. None of that. We all love Diamond and Pearl. We all want it to succeed. Some are more vocal than others, I will admit. But if we love this game, and if we love Sinnoh, we love Diamond and Pearl, we love Platinum, and etc., surely we can come all together and be mature about this. If you're going to spread mindless hate, whether it's towards the remake or to the people who are criticizing the game, no matter what side you may be on, it's just not right. Be respectful, be kind, and just consider the fact that not every single person who may criticize the game is the same. That's just some friendly advice. Soon I will do a video of the top 5 things that I do and do not want in the Diamond and Pearl remakes. And I'll do the exact same thing with the Pokemon Legends of Arceus. But other than that, I generally hope you guys have a good day, good evening, good night, whichever one it is for you. And I'll see you guys next time. God, he really does look like a lighthouse. I mean, come on, the colors and everything.